My sister tried to fund her wedding with my classic cars. Now she has a felony and I have no family. I spent 15 years restoring classic cars in a warehouse outside town. Every weekend, I was there with black hands, and the only piece I knew. 8 cars sat inside, but one mattered most: my grandfather's Chevelle. My sister Brielle never cared until she got engaged. Her wedding had to be at a vineyard. 300 guests, designer dress. My parents offered $8,000 and she laughed. Then she turned to me at Sunday dinner. "Ethan, you have money sitting in those cars. Sell one." I said, "Those cars aren't an ATM." Dad sighed. "Your sister only gets one wedding." "And I only had one grandfather," I said. Brielle's face hardened. "You care more about metal than family." For 3 weeks, she sent wedding quotes, crying voice messages, and texts saying Grandpa would be ashamed of me. I stopped answering. I thought silence would end it. I was wrong. 2 years earlier, I had given Brielle a spare apartment key. In my dresser, under my socks, was the warehouse key card. She had seen it there once. One Tuesday evening, I drove out after work and saw the side door hanging open. The motion light was broken. My stomach dropped before I stepped inside. The Camaro was gone. The Mustang Mach-1 was gone. Grandpa's Chevelle was gone. I stood in the empty bay, unable to move. It felt like someone had stolen a room from my memory. I called the police before I called my family. The detective asked who had access. I told him about Brielle, the wedding, and the key. Then he asked, "If it turns out to be your sister, do you want to move forward?" I didn't hesitate. Yes. Within 2 days, they found the Camaro with a private buyer in another state. The Mustang was at a wholesale lot with a fake bill of sale. The signature was supposed to be mine, but it looked wrong. The Chevelle was already gone, parted out. Its dashboard with my grandfather's initials was found in a shop in Phoenix. I sat in my truck and cried for the first time in years. Brielle was arrested at her bridal shower. Later, she claimed I had given her the cars as a wedding gift. The buyer's texts proved she had said the cars were hers. My parents called that night screaming. Mom said, "You're destroying this family over insurance money." Dad said, "Real men don't send their sisters to court." I asked, "Do real sisters steal from their brothers and forge their names?" He hung up. Her fiancé's family pulled out. The vineyard kept the deposit. Brielle pleaded down to 1 felony, probation, and years of restitution. I got 2 cars back. Grandpa's Chevelle is gone forever. After that, relatives flooded my phone. They told me to drop everything and called me a monster. One aunt said Brielle had hurt herself because of me. I checked with the detective. It wasn't true. The next morning, I changed my number. 7 months later, my cousin sent me an Easter photo. My usual chair was empty. On the plate, my mother had placed a note: "The brother who chose cars over family." I looked at it for a long time. Then I deleted it. I didn't choose cars over family. I chose not to let family become the word people used while taking pieces of my life and selling them. That Sunday, I went back to the warehouse and started sanding the Mustang. The car wasn't finished, neither was I. But for the first time in months, the silence felt like peace.